Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Nini. Yesterday, I got a owie. Can you see it? That's a burn. I got it at work. The oven at my job. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Oh, there it goes. Right there. Okay. Um, the oven at work bites. So we have these whole chickens we put in the oven 3 or 4 times a day. Depends on how busy it is. And the door always manages to try to close as we're putting the chickens in. So this time, usually I'll open the door and I'll lean it against the fire and it will stay open. It's good to stay open. This time it didn't. Now, in its own defense, if I were to have my shirt sleeves down, probably wouldn't have got burnt as bad, but still got burnt. But I when I go in the back and cook, I just roll my sleeves up because it's really hot back there, and so that's what happened. I didn't put anything on it. I just let the burn, the burnness or come out of it, and it didn't hurt. It hurt for maybe half an hour at least, cause the stinging of the burn. And then I took a shower. I didn't take a hot shower because if you take a hot shower when you have a burn, that's just wrong in every aspect because you're just locking the heat in, and the heat has to come out. So I took a not cold and not hot shower. And then I put hemp lotion on it because when I burned my hand, that helped. It's fine. Wake up. It started hurting this morning. So I put more hemp lotion on it. And that's what it looks like. So I had my doctor's appointment today. Not too psyched about it, but I've been putting it off for a while. So I have my appointment in less than an hour. Probably 45 minutes or so. We're supposed to arrive 15 minutes early. I'm already here. I woke up, took my medicine. Oh, I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep because if I go back to sleep, I'll miss my appointment. And I took the earliest appointment that they had just to get it over with in case I have to do blood work or they want to do some other stuff or whatever. And then I have to work later. But yeah, so I burned my arm. I'm super careful. I mean, it's not even the first time that I got burned at work. We have a hose that we filter the fryers with. And one time the oil just splashed up on my neck and burned it. No big deal. It hurt. It hurt for a while. And then it just, kind of went away. So I try to be really careful, but yesterday I just, and then putting heat on my arm yesterday just really hurt. I was like, I don't want to do that. But I have to work, so I'm not going to be like, oh, I got burned yesterday. I can't work. No, they're just going to be like, okay, are you okay? So that, even when I dropped the box on my head, well, I didn't drop the box. The box kind of fell on my head. Yeah, I didn't even tell them. And I still have pain, but I just think that in my, my age or whatever, I'm going to have pain. So going to the doctors is just because, I've been having a lot of stomach problems. My stomach has been hurting so bad since last Friday. And I take medicine. So I think it was the gummies because I love gummies and I've been eating them nonstop. Not nonstop, but I have them at night when I get off work. And then, so I was eating some Wednesday, and I was just eating them. And it was the Lifesaver ones, which were really good. I really liked those. And my stomach was just like, oh no. My stomach started hurting. And then I stopped and I gave them to my sister. I said that in my last video, I believe. I'm sorry. But, so, hopefully they can send me to a GI doctor or prescribe me medicine here. And that's what I'm hopeful for right now. Because I take over the counter medicine and it's been working since 2019. But right now I feel like it's not. And I'm really, 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 really careful about what I eat. I don't drink water. I don't drink water. I drink water. I just drink water, 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 water all day long. And I don't drink soda, and when I do, my body lets me know, hey, we're not soda people anymore, which I hate because I love soda. I love Pepsi Cherry, Code Red, but yeah, my body's like, no, we're just gonna drink water. And then I was having like kidney issues, so I was drinking cranberry juice, and I'm just like, ugh, when did I get old? So it's like when you get older, your body's like, hey, we can't do that. And I do tempt my stomach with, sometimes I'll have munchies, which are the chips that are spicy, and I'm not supposed to. So my main reason for coming to the doctor is just to get everything checked out and just check my blood pressure. It hasn't been super high. Yesterday it was 133 over 76. Today it was 127. And I'm not sure the bottom number. I never look at the bottom number. The top number is like what really bothers me. But it's probably like 76 or 56 or 86. I don't know. But, so that, that is my main concern, and my stomach. And they, I haven't had a checkup since 2019, before I lost my insurance and all that. I wish that I could get with Kaiser out here. But the insurance level that I'm at work is like the silver plan. So you're just like in, you're the rookie plan or whatever. And that's okay. I have insurance. I haven't had insurance before for a long, long time. Since 2019, right before COVID. And, I just feel like it's something I need to do just to check and make sure my organs are working. Because when I had Kaiser, I'd get blood work done every 6 months or so. And I think there's like copay here. I'm not sure. But, I work, so I have money, but I don't want to be like going to everything and then I have to pay this much. And it's fine if I have to. It's not like, oh, I can't. So it's almost the end of the month. And I don't like April 1st. Not that it's April Fool's Day, but it's the day my mom passed. May she rest in paradise with our dad. I do talk about my mom, but I don't. It's really hard still to talk about her. Like my son. I love my son. I only got to spend a month with him. But it's really hard for me to talk about him because he was my only son. And my mom was, she's my only mom, but I sat, the last month of her life, I literally just watched her slowly pass away. And in 2018, it was Easter Sunday, April 1st. And the Saturday before, my sister that I live with sent her Easter lilies, And I showed her, and she's like, "Who's that from?" And I said, "It's from Bonnie." And she's like, "Oh." And she was like, she wasn't fully paying full attention. She wasn't, she was aware, but it was like she was, she wasn't there all the way. And the next day, I went to do laundry, and I put her up in her chair. She wasn't, she was slowly diminishing, and I was really scared. And I went to do laundry. I came back, and she was asleep. She was sleeping because she was still breathing. And so I was just like, damn, I wanted to go in my room, because my room was like right behind where she was sitting. And I sat down, and I kept watching her breathe. And then I was on my phone, and then I looked at her, and she wasn't breathing anymore. And I went in the bathroom, and I started crying. So then my dad, like around 5, he says, "Wake mom up for dinner." And I told him, "She's not waking up." And then he went over to her and said, "Don't do this to me. Don't leave me." Oh man, I still remember that. It's almost 6 years, and I still remember that. I called 911. I laid her on the floor. I tried doing compressions on her, CPR. And the paramedics came, and they said she had been gone for a while, because rigor mortis had already set in. And that was really hard for me, for my dad too, because he lost his wife. But I'm the one that had to call everybody, my siblings, and it was hard. So April 1st is not a good day. I can still remember clearly. And that day earlier, I had told my older sister, I think she's gonna pass away. And I wasn't even having like a deja vu or whatever. I just had that feeling. And usually when I get funny feelings like that, they're pretty accurate. I'm surprised I'm not really crying right now, because that's really hurtful to me, that my mom, she passed. And it's okay, because she's not in pain anymore. She had cancer. And the cancer was more advanced than she was telling us. And I get it. She didn't want to die. She didn't want cancer again. She had multiple myeloma, which is blood cancer. And she went to have blood transfusions or whatever, and they took forever. Nobody wants to wait in the hospital to get anything done. So that was very hard on everybody. My older sister that I live with, she didn't find out till after our mom's service. And that was not my doing, because I did tell my dad, because my older sister and I, we have the same mom, but we have different dads. So my dad was her stepdad. And I told him, I was like, "Hey, she needs to know." And he's like, yeah, we'll tell her after the service. Because I don't think that he didn't want her coming up there and causing drama, and because she's really dramatic. I get it now, and I got it then, and I was like, okay. And when we had her service, it was so hard just seeing her laying there. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And everybody there. And then the next day, or that day, later on that night, I had told her, and she got mad. To this day, she's still mad about that, but it wasn't my call. It wasn't. No. And then in 2020, when my dad had passed away, everybody found out, and I was the last to find out. My niece, my goddaughter, my niece told me, and then my younger sister told me. And I was like, okay, I'm on my way. I can help plan everything. She's like, no. She said, bro, and I got this, which is her and my baby brother. And then I was like, they didn't include me in his service. And I was hurt. I was freaking hurt. And then they had his service. I don't even remember when it was. I know that he passed away. Now, I always think it's the 16th, but I think it's the 14th that he had passed away. I think it's the 16th, but I always think it's the 14th. I don't know why. And then they had the service like right before Thanksgiving or something. So I had went up there the night before. And this is, sorry. This part is like really stupid and weird that they told me at the very last minute. Now, I live in the south of California, okay? To get to the north of California, it takes at least 8 to 10 hours. And for me, it takes that long because I have to stop every few miles or whatever when I have to use the bathroom. And I always get gas halfway there and halfway back. So I drove up there, got a Motel 6 room, and then the next day was his service. I only stayed out there one day. I picked my daughter up, we went to service, I dropped her off at work, then I came back to Southern California. I made it back to Southern California by like 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. And I asked my baby sister if I could have something of my dad's. And she said no. She was wearing his necklaces, his bracelet, his ring. My brother was wearing whatever, his other necklace. And I was like, and I was so upset that I couldn't have just one thing. My sister-in-law was like, oh, you can come to the house and get a shirt or a hat of his. I was like, yeah, no thanks. I wanted something that meant a lot to him, like his jewelry or something. And then, excuse me, last September, my baby sister was contacting me. Oh, yeah, I'm getting married. I want you to be there. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I was like, I really heard that you didn't give me nothing at that. Oh, I was in a bad place at that time. Well, so was I, but I still treated her with respect, and I didn't go to her wedding. I'm glad I didn't, because I was like, how was she affording all that? She got her inheritance and saved it for the wedding. Different video, different time. I'm over it. I'm over that, and karma will get her in one way or another. That's what I always believe. I'll see you guys in my next video.